We're getting more details about the upcoming The Lord of the Rings War of the Rohirrim animated film. A new report claims that the city of Edoras is destroyed and that the movie explores a female point of view. So we previously got a report from Slash Film coming out of the 2023 Annecy International Animation Film Festival, where Warner Brothers Animation did a showcase on the film and had a presentation about it. In that initial report from Slash Film, it was revealed that Helm Hammerhand would not be the main protagonist of the movie. Instead, it would be his unnamed daughter that the film has now named Hera. Along with that, Philippa Boyens defended the decision to have the film feature Hera as the main protagonist, saying, "Everyone else dies, and before you start complaining, this is already in the text. And also the story takes place centuries before the movies. The character of Hera is not mentioned in the text. That is that character's name is not mentioned whatsoever. So I'm not sure what she's talking about there. The character is mentioned. There is an unnamed daughter, but she doesn't really play a part in any of the war that takes place between Helm Hammerhand and Wolf and the Dunlettings." The Slash Film also reported that not only would it feature Hera as the main protagonist, but that there was actually a scene that, quote, shows the politics at play in Edoras, with a Lord of Rohan wanting to erase the history of a group of female warriors and banner women to the king, a prelude of things to come. So that looks to be like some real world politics getting infused into the film. But we've got a new report now. This one comes from theonering.net. Not a really big fan of that website. They have a bunch of people over there that have absolutely bonkers ideas about The Lord of the Rings and J.R.R. Tolkien. But they did provide another report coming out of this film festival. And in their report, they actually say Edoras is destroyed at the end of Act 1. We saw some beautiful art of a burned Medusa-led, and the rest of the movie is about the wreckage of war. So that actually is not accurate to the story whatsoever. Tolkien wrote, "Wolf took Edoras and sat in Meduseld and called himself king. There Haleth, Helm's son, fell last of all, defending the doors. The city would eventually be recaptured by Helm's nephew, Freyleif." Tolkien wrote, "Then Freyolaf, son of Hild, Helm's sister, came down out of Dunharrow, to which many had fled, and with a small company of desperate men, he surprised Wolf in Meduseld and slew him and regained Edoras." So I think that's pretty clear that the city is not destroyed. It's just there might have been some fierce fighting within the city, but it wasn't actually destroyed given the fact that Wolf is sitting in the throne calling himself king, and then Freyolaf also comes in and retakes it when Wolf is there and still kind of has it as the seat of Rohan. So that doesn't really add up there. Doesn't make sense. Obviously, moving away from Tolkien's actual written word. And then we have this here as well, that theonering.net reports that the reason why they chose Hera to be the main protagonist is because they, quote, wanted to explore a female point of view in Middle-earth. Whatever that means. It's not like we haven't seen female characters providing their points of views on Middle-earth, namely Galadriel probably being the biggest one. Obviously, we have Éowyn as well. But we did get a description of the character of Hera. The outlet says she's not a warrior princess per se. She doesn't become king. Well, that's good news. She shouldn't, because Freyolaf does in the books. But they go on and provide a physical description where she has red hair in a messy braid, leather armor, and a sword. We also see designs of her in formal dress. Well, that's kind of surprising that she has red hair. So I guess that's actually a good sign there. I'm glad to see that. Usually we don't see people with red hair as much anymore in films. They're usually race swapped. And then we also got an affirmation that the character is based off the historical figure Aethelflaed, the daughter of Alfred the Great, who would go on to become Lady of the Mercians and defended her people from the invading Viking raiders in the early 10th century and late 9th century. We also got this information, too. This was new, that the actual structure of Rohan is based on the Mercians and described them as a warrior culture with a code, family-based power structures, and struggles with honor and loyalty being more important than wealth and riches. So it'll be interesting to see that play out. And then we did get this confirmation here as well, that they said that Freylof does actually become the king, as Tolkien wrote in the short story. So at least there is that consistency there. So I do think there's another couple of red flags here, but we do get some good signs, but I still don't think that it's enough for me to want to go see this film.